Hello there, Gemini. My name's Frankie. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. This reading's going to be for Gemini for April of 2019. This year's flying by, isn't it? Last year just drug on and on. 2017 still catching us up to us. Anyhow, for everybody who's new out there, I pull 4 cards for the month. We use the bottom card on the deck for the overall view of the month, and we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to bring everything together, hopefully, for us. Now, because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you, so all of us Geminis are named Frankie for the time of the reading, I guess. Anyhow, look at your moon sign and rising sign, get a more comprehensive view of the month, and I don't think the cards will go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month like a theme, overall theme. Now, I have a short message for us, and it is that we are to be tolerant of others, and everyone around us will appreciate that. And because of that, like tolerance or our level of awareness, let me put it that way, we're to step up to the plate and lead the way forward. It was basically something like that. It was a little bit odd, and I think it's going to be important, and a lot of us might be thrown into that type of leadership position, whether it's with home, family, it could be at work, things like that. But being tolerant, and people will appreciate it because we are, because our words are our willingness, understanding, communication, delight, and patience. So I kind of understood the tolerance that word there, because we got the understanding and patience. So it all kind of makes total sense to me, because our bottom card on the deck here is the Ace of Swords. You're not going to believe this reading. We got a great reading, pretty good this month. This is this ace is triumph. This is, to me, it's the Ace of Truth. It's a double-edged sword. It cuts to the chase, and what it means is triumph over difficulties by mental means. Okay, it's when we're ready for a major breakthrough in our lives, brand new lifestyle maybe coming into being. We usually achieve this kind of opportunity by our force of will, like um, stepping up into that position of leadership or whatever, and using our brains, our mental abilities in order to be able to do it. And that means, and we use them at a high level this month, and we are swords, we're air energy. So getting this in this reading and another card that we got here are really, going to be imperative for us this month, because this is the ability to communicate like our word. It is the total ability to be able to communicate. We get prosperity with this. We get new development, especially if you're doing something spiritual for yourself. That's what follows when we get this, and we follow that new direction that we're taking. There can be a birth with the Ace of Swords, birth of a child, birth of an idea, birth of an enterprise, maybe trying to think. Anything that would be fresh, new, coming up and getting off of the ground, it puts us in a position of power, right? With the possibility of manifesting our own philosophy in a brand new way. And this is swords, it's air energy, just like us, which really makes me happy in here. So I'd be really, there's our word, delighted. But it cuts to the chase. It's the Ace of Truth. It speaks forward. It does whatever it needs or requires in order to start that new thing that it's doing. It does that. Moves forward like very dynamically is the word I'm getting, because it's air energy. So moving forward dynamically on our way. Because the card underneath here is temperance. And temperance is one of our words. Patience, willingness, divine timing, blending. You know, this is going to be important. It's almost feels kind of critical to us with this particular ace for whatever reason this month, because when I was thinking about it, wait a minute here, I can't get my card up. I got this little spot that big here, Gemini, to work in. Our next card's the Ace of Pentacles. So we have two aces in a row. One that says we're getting ahead, starting something new, you know, and using our brains and stuff to do it. This now we have this. Pentacles are earth plane energy. Money, finances. That when we get this, it's the card of new success, new money, new enterprise. Once again, new attainments. This is extremely positive. Both of these aces in a row, they predict, when we get two of them like that right in a row, like predict success for some kind of new enterprise that we're starting, or a new beginning. So we're all different Geminis. Maybe for some of us, this could be in our romantic life, you know. For others of us, it's going to be career oriented. I'm thinking about our words here. Career oriented. When we have it, we're involved in planting the seeds, like for a new venture to get money or increase our financial security in some way, shape, or form. It's an indication of prosperity coming towards us. But when I pick up this ace, that little caveat thing, it's like with the Ace of Pentacles, we have to be open to receive. It's like the little caveat. So what is it that I'm working on? What is it I'm working towards? What is it I'm communicating actually? Because we have that Ace of Truth there. What am I communicating into my mind on this forward momentum or forward trajectory? Where am I going with this? How willing am I to move forward with it? How willing am I to take that next step forward, you know, with that patience and understanding and balance, like our Temperance card that's underneath this Ace of Swords energy. You know, for other, it's a double-edged sword. So sometimes I want to say, look at both sides of it. Am I cutting something out because I found the truth of it, you know, and moving forward into this Ace of Pentacles energy? Or am I just totally, fully, and delightfully so throwing myself forward into some type of new, maybe career endeavor, new relationship? And we have two aces here in a row. And to me, all aces mean birth of children, or, you know, it can be birth of children. And with two in a row, I'm wanting to say, you know what to do, Gemini, if you have both of them in a row. So for those of us that are wanting to have children, that's a really good sign that possibly this is the month that it's all going to happen for us, you know. I was like, this is a really cool reading, you know. It's really like, I don't know, money oriented and romance oriented at the same time, because our next card here is the Knight of Cups. Now this is water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces type energy, male or female. It could be someone new coming into our lives. It could be spirit calling us forward, right, to assume some of these energies. The Knight of Cups brings a message about love. He could represent your true love. That's why I said maybe these things, some of these things, these cards down here could mean that some of us are having a baby, maybe getting married, maybe establishing a relationship, strengthening an old relationship, or bringing in a brand new one because of the two aces in a row here. Um, he's the knight on the knight in shining armor, the knight on the white horse. He's the male or female, he or she, I have to say that because these are general readings, it rides in and saves the day and sweeps the damsel off of her feet, that kind of energy. When he appears, it means we're deeply involved in some kind of an emotional situation to the point where very little else will matter to us. And he also represents us using our intuition at a pretty high level and going off of our emotions and our feelings. But we have this in here, this Ace of Swords, so it's kind of tempered with that mental activity. But I would move forward with my intuitive thing first. We might be waiting for a message because he's a messenger knight. Maybe like a declaration of love, maybe that proposal of marriage, like I said. But when we get them, we're waiting, whatever it is we're waiting for, because we have those two aces. We're waiting for it with such anticipation that everything else in the world is insignificant. I was trying to think of how to put that. Everything else is insignificant. We're willing to wait for it. We're understanding. He's very understanding, because all other relationships, when we get this kind of energy, do not compare. So if it's us, we're running off. If he represents us in some way, spirit asking us to step up to the plate, we would be stepping up to that plate, basically, and running off of our intuition, in order to be able to do stuff. If he's not love, he's like your best friend, he, she, honest, intelligent, there to aid you, extremely understanding, extremely communicative, extremely charming is what I want to say, because he is Prince Charming coming up to get us on his white horse or whatever. I was thinking other things he could mean in our lives. Water energy could be maybe someone's taking us on a journey, maybe to do with water. That's possible. Whoops, I just dropped one of my little cards. I remember what it is. It's willingness. I'm good. Usually last month I knocked all my cards on the floor and I had to go read them from down here. Every time I turned around I forgot what reading I was doing it in. Virgo or something. Can't remember. But this is good. It's good news. It's it feels prosperous. Sometimes we'll take new jobs with this kind of energy. It feels, I feel like that word, delighted, whatever it is, these two aces in a row, you guys are going to have to tell me, because this is the willing energy. This is the understanding energy. This is the patient energy. This is the energy that has that ability to communicate, like all of our words, and how they said in that beginning message, people were going to appreciate us and our tolerance, be tolerant of others, and then step up and move forward. Because our next card here, that's what's making it so hard to discern whether it's career or love, because the next card in here is the Nine of Pentacles. What a card. This is independence. How do they want me to put independence from financial concerns and worries? Independence from it. And we have the Ace of Pentacles here too. So there's like a abundance here, gained from proper management of our affairs. Proper management of them means we didn't screw around for them. We worked really hard to get them. It's like that time of arrival, feeling accomplished, feeling secure, that kind of energy, you know. The what the Nine of Cups is the pip card, where and this is that same kind of energy, but more financial, earth plane, stabilized type of energy. It's when integrate factors, we integrated the factors of our life into a secure base. And now we're enjoying prosperity, resources, physical energy as like a smooth combined flow. Just like that temperance card that's underneath our Ace of Swords. In a smooth combined flow. Now, isn't that wonderful? There's plenty. It means there's plenty all around me, material well-being, order, safety, success in everything that we're doing or touching. That's why it's so important that we step up and like lead the way, you know. What do they say? Put your best foot forward. Maybe I said that to another one of the signs. But leading the way forward, but with this tolerance and kindness and caring energy, you know, wherever it's going to come down. If it's not a new relationship, maybe it's our job at work, or maybe like a partner's having a problem and they need us to help, you know, or a friend is having a problem. This is like when we experience life as a well coordinated totality. Doesn't that feel nice? Right along with those two aces and that Knight of Cups energy, you know, so in our lives, you know, and in our homes, we're going to feel safe, secure, you know, we don't have any reason to not be understanding. We don't have any reason not to communicate kindly and openly and honestly. We can be willing and capable of helping others. You know, like be there for friends, or be there for, I'm trying to think, be there for like coworkers or people at work, because we're in this comforted or comfortable position now. And it's all coming off of these two aces, is how it feels, because our next card is us, the Queen of Swords. Holy crap. She's the emotional component of the mental realm, right? It could be, it actually can be divorce and separation, but if it was, for those of us that it meant that, right? We have these two fresh aces in here, fresh start, money and, you know, the ace, we got to the truth, and if that's what she meant. It's a strong, powerful, willed person. Male or female, can't say woman because these are general readings. Air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, like us. It could be us going through severe hardship, trials, and tribulations, coming out on the other side better for it. Now, if it is a person, male or female, in our lives that we're dealing with that is outside of us, they would be the who, what, why person. They seem to be cold-hearted, but they are not. They just want the facts and the facts only, because they look at the facts in order to establish what they need. So if I'm using these two aces here to go into a new position at work, and this was my boss, she'd be saying the facts and the facts only. You know, tell me why you want this job, maybe a promotion, why you want this job, what do you expect out of this job, you know, when will you start this job? And I'd have to go in with armed like that, you know, armed like that. But this is someone in authority that can stand up for themselves. And our original message is for us to lead the way. They use the facts and the facts only. They don't let their emotion get into it. And they actually trigger their intuition off of the facts. So the intuition, that understanding, that communication I have with myself, where I'm like doing the interplay between me and me, you know, is going to be really important. It's like I verified everything. I checked out and everything that I needed or wanted to do before I did these two aces, right? Before I did the two aces. So I have all my facts verified. I have this, in order. I'm like well on my way. And what do we get? Our intuition is prompted by the facts. If this is us, our intuition is prompted by the facts, and we are willing to take the next step up and forward. And it would be tempered with that intuition. So it wouldn't be cruel, mean, or unjust. It would be fair, like a good leader, that kind of thing, but fact-based. Put in there, what is it? Where's this coming down? Some of us, like I said, we could be getting a divorce and a fresh new start with money, and got to the bottom of it and got that Nine of Pentacles energy in there, or had a talk with a current partner and said this, and this, and, got things straightened out, or however you want to say that, got everything straightened out and got back on the same level field, is what they're saying to say. Got back on the same level field with the other person. Figured out maybe what are we doing with this comfortable state of security. Figured out, what's going to make us happy. Our word delight. Patience enough to dig through the facts if it's on that level, and if it's at work, maybe getting promotions with more money seem highly likely, and stepping into a position of authority, maybe leadership. I know our personalities this month are going to shine. That's what they're saying. Shine and shine brightly. Move forward. They're showing me a shiny shoe. A shiny shoe, like a dress shoe. Step up, step forward, best foot. Stepping up, shiny dress shoe. For whatever reason that means, maybe I'm going to be looking good at my new wedding, but I think some of us, it feels real strong, like career oriented, even with that Knight of Cups energy in there. But the Knight of Cups energy, if we're waiting for a proposal of marriage and these two aces, we're getting it, If we're waiting for someone to tell us about our divorce settlement, we're getting it. Because the Queen of Swords is powerful energy. She has that strong emotion, right? Because she is a queen. And she has the strong emotion, but she doesn't let it override the facts in front of her. And then she uses the intuition. She's extremely caring, capable person. But, sometimes with the Queen of Swords energy, there's certain things we release in order to get the other things that we want, which makes our card is release and surrender from the angels. So what I'm going to say is, whatever it is that's in our way with this Ace of Pentacles and this Ace of Swords here, release it. Cut it off. You got her. Normally she's sitting sideways in my other deck of cards with a rope around her wrist, which she has chopped off. And she has that sword out in front of her, and she's saying, come on. I might knight you. I might chop off your head. Either way, give me the facts. Tell me why, what, who, when, all that kind of stuff. It's powerful energy. So if there's something in our way we don't want in our way this month, move on past it, Gemini. It says, we shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you've had tightly gripped within your hands. Open up your hands, arms, and heart to our love and our assistance. We got it going here. We got something going for us this month, which is pretty darn good as far as I'm concerned. Let's see what it means. If I can get it open. It says the angels bring this card to you because you've been trying to fix this situation single-handedly. Use this. It's quicker, Gemini. It says they'd love to help you with your answer and answer your prayers, but you first need to surrender and release the situation. Surrender simply means you're tired of struggling. It means emotionally letting go with faith that divine wisdom of spirit, which includes your higher self, can do a better job. Surrender doesn't mean that you're giving up or that you want to be controlled. We don't like being controlled, do we? It's that though through surrender, you'll be assured of a better outcome. If you need help with surrender, ask the angels to assist you. Don't worry about how your prayer will be answered. Let God figure out the details. Be willing to ask for help. Release tension, the need for control, and all things will go better. And be patient and understanding. It's a good way to go. Avoid power struggles in relationships and simply own your own power. You won't have to fight for it. Simply own your own power. You won't have to fight for it. I really love our reading for this month, Gemini. I don't know where it's going in our lives, but it's pretty good. So I want to tell you all that's our reading for this month, and tell you thank you for all of your likes, shares, subscribes, and for your comments. I read each and every one of them, and I really appreciate them. And to anybody who wants to know more about me or just go neb about me, all the information's down below the screen. Or if you'd like to set an appointment with me, all of the information is in the About section below the screen at the website. The prayer class and the suture classes, 2 short videos, they're over at the website that explain them. They're like 5 minutes long little videos there at the website. Prayer class is 2.5 hours long, very comprehensive, teaches you how to structure the prayers for different things and this kind of work and protection. The sutras are thought forms, simple meditation. You do takes 5 minutes. It enhances the cleric perceptions dramatically. Really does. So to all of you guys who I've met through 3 whole years of doing these YouTubes, and everybody I've met through 30 years of this work, I want to tell you all it's been an honor, privilege, and a joy to be able to serve you. Hopefully I'll be back here next month. Bye-bye.